In an alarming escalation that's capturing global attention, India has reportedly launched a series of coordinated drone strikes into Pakistani territory earlier today, targeting what it claims are terrorist camps operating in the border regions of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This marks one of the most direct and aggressive actions by India in recent years, as tensions between the two nuclear-armed neighbors reach a boiling point. According to early reports, Indian drones breached Pakistani airspace in multiple locations overnight, with the most intense activity near Lahore and Sindh province. Pakistani military sources confirmed that at least 12 Indian drones were intercepted and shot down, though several managed to drop payloads, causing significant damage. One strike near Lahore left 4 Pakistani soldiers injured, while another in Sindh resulted in a civilian fatality and damaged key communication infrastructure. Visuals from both mainstream media and citizen footage on social media show smoke rising, emergency services in action, and military personnel securing impact zones. India's Ministry of Defense released a cryptic statement shortly after the news broke, suggesting that the operation was based on credible intelligence inputs about imminent threats from non-state actors across the border, widely believed to be related to recent terror plots, including the devastating attack in Pahalgam that killed multiple civilians and security personnel. While the Indian government has not officially confirmed drone usage, several defense analysts and media outlets claim satellite imagery and tracking data point toward unmanned aerial vehicle deployment. Pakistan's response has been swift and severe, labeling the drone strikes a clear violation of sovereignty and an act of aggression. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has convened an emergency meeting with top military commanders and foreign diplomats, and early signs indicate that Pakistan may be preparing for diplomatic retaliation, and possibly a military one if further strikes occur. Civilian areas in cities like Lahore, Multan, and Karachi are now reportedly under high alert, with schools closed, flights suspended, and emergency preparedness protocols in place. Meanwhile, the international community is watching with growing concern. The United Nations has called for maximum restraint and immediate dialogue, while the United States, United Kingdom, and several EU nations have urged both sides to avoid actions that could spiral into full-scale war. China, a key regional player with close ties to Pakistan, issued a formal statement urging peace, but also emphasized the importance of respecting territorial integrity, a veiled warning possibly directed at India. The background to this confrontation is complex and deeply rooted, with unresolved disputes over Kashmir, recurring cross-border skirmishes, and a long history of mistrust. Both nations have often found themselves on the brink of conflict. However, the scale and boldness of today's drone strikes represent a dangerous shift from surgical responses to what could be perceived as a formal act of war. Military experts warn that the use of drones lowers the threshold for conflict escalation, as they can be deployed rapidly with minimal risk to personnel, yet can provoke major retaliations if they cause civilian harm. On social media, nationalist sentiments are running high on both sides. Many in India are praising the government for taking decisive action, while Pakistani citizens and leaders are condemning what they view as reckless aggression. The hashtag #IndiaStrikes and Pakistan under attack are trending globally, reflecting how digital warfare is unfolding alongside physical conflict. Meanwhile, both militaries have reportedly ramped up troop movements along the line of control, and satellite images show increased activity in forward bases and air defense units. Political analysts are warning that if this situation isn't de-escalated through diplomacy, it could draw in other global powers and have far-reaching consequences for regional peace and international trade, especially with major shipping and trade routes running close to the conflict zone. As of now, no official confirmation of civilian casualties beyond initial reports has been independently verified, but humanitarian agencies are already calling for immediate restraint to protect innocent lives. The coming hours and days will be critical. Will this be another cross-border standoff that ends in tense diplomacy? Or are we witnessing the early days of a larger, more dangerous military conflict? We will continue to monitor this breaking story and bring you verified updates as they come in. Stay tuned, stay informed, and let us know your thoughts. Should nations use drone warfare as a tool for national security, or does it push the world closer to uncontrolled chaos? Comment below. Like this video if you value real-time global reporting and subscribe for continued updates on this developing crisis.